Okay. First, let us try to distinguish growth and development. Define growth and development. Then we have only growth for this weekend. There are 5 small aspects in that to be discussed. Okay. So to define what is growth, Nana? Nothing but permanent or irreversible increase in terms of what? Can be in length, can be in volume, can be in surface area, can be in dry mass. So, but that should be permanent or irreversible. About growth, you came across already in first year, Nana. Remember chapter Living World? We
Yes,
define growth there also. Growth is irreversible increase in volume, it may be, or length, as in the case of root and stem, or surface area as in leaf, or dry mass as in all parts. Volume overall, length, volume is concerned to start embryo formation time, you see. Increase in volume you are going to notice. As in embryo is called growth. Then what does growth involve, Nana? Growth involves mainly cell division, cell elongation, mainly. When metabolic activity is occurring, it is possible when anabolism rate is higher than catabolism rate. And that's what is actually in plants, you notice. Because anabolism is synthetic, catabolism is breakdown. So synthesized food if continuously broken down, net increase in volume not possible, Nana. So anabolism rate is much higher than catabolism, then only contributing to the growth, especially in plants. And that was also a reason, if you remember, there was not great demand for exchange of gases because high rate of photosynthesis compared to respiration. And if it is so, a question you find in the textbook, Nana, a piece of wood when placed in water will swell up. Is that swelling of piece of wood taken as growth, Nana?
no.
No. Growth is either by increase in number of cells or by increase in size of cells. Now, on the other hand, development, you see, all that events from seed germination Senescence, aging and death. Constitute development. And one more important thing here related to development is development is actually considered as, taken as the sum of growth and differentiation. So growth is also part of development, Nana. This is important to remember while distinguishing development from growth. It is the sum of growth and differentiation. And of course, within this, we have two stages, two phases. Vegetative phase. From where to where do we consider it, Nana? Is from seed germination till where? To flowering initiation. Start of flowering. Is vegetative phase. Then reproductive phase, Nana. Reproductive phase of development, if you take reproductive phase is from flowering to fruit formation, fruit setting. We take it as reproductive phase. Flowering phase, first half. Reproductive phase, second half. Doctor, where are you? Say yes. How we have gone because it's gone. Come to my class. Take class. Sorry, Nana. So, vegetative phase is from seed germination to start of flowering, whereas reproductive phase is from flowering to
fruit formation.
okay, na? Just to distinguish growth and development. Now we confine to growth only. So we have for this weekend is up to growth only, Nana. There are 5 aspects related to growth.
1 minute.
Is it okay to rub off, Nana?
1 minute.
Okay, no problem.
So that is senescence, no?
Yes, Nana?
That is senescence.
Yeah, there is.
Got it, sir. Got it, sir. Nothing.
Got it, Nana. Okay.
So can you repeat the last point in growth?
This one, Nana?
In growth, sir.
In growth last point, Nana. It is possible when anabolism rate is higher than catabolism rate. Anabolism is synthetic process, no, constructive process. Catabolism is breakdown process. If catabolism and anabolism both are same, net gain, is there any chance of a material? What all formed is broken down, for example, carbohydrate, amount of carbohydrate formed is broken down. So do you see literally any growth possibility there? No. That's what. Even in animal body also, food is derived from somebody else, since heterotrophic. So catabolism there should be lesser when compared to the amount of food derived from whatever the source. What all food we take, if we burn all, where is the chance of building the body? Body building is not possible. The body is built only when all that food derived is not broken completely. Okay, to wrap up this part, Nana?
The growth is done, sir.
Okay. Is Sriman there? There? Okay. How the study is going on? Not to be seen nowadays? Busy? Hmm. Okay, Nana? So now let us confine to growth alone. Which of course is part of development. In addition to growth, what else is there part of development, Nana?
Differentiation.
So related to growth now, one aspect is growth in plants. Is indeterminate and form. Indeterminate, indefinite, no. Indefinite or indefinite.
So your voice is breaking.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
It's okay. Indeterminate or indefinite and open form. So what does it mean, Nana? Growth in plants. We know is throughout the life. Therefore, indefinite. Indeterminate. We are calling it. Whereas in animals, it's only up to certain age. Then of course, as we know already, growth involves one, increase in length. This is due to root and shoot apical meristems. Which are active throughout the life of the plant. Two, increase in girth or diameter. Thickness. Due to secondary growth. By which cambium? Vascular cambium and cork cambium. Once formed, these will be continuously active, functioning up till death of the plant. As seen in root and stem of dicots and gymnosperms. Whereas in monocots and pteridophytes, if you see, Nana, increase in girth chance is less, thickness is less, because there is no secondary growth in them. That's the reason why the stem or root of them, if you observe, throughout the length, it will be of same. So from the beginning, whatever the amount of tissues formed, that will remain. No more further increase with aging possibilities there in monocots. A palm tree you observe, the stem throughout the length of uniform size. A bamboo stem you take throughout the length of uniform size, because no secondary growth. Where secondary growth is there, older regions become bulky when compared to younger regions. The question you find here, a piece of wood when soaked in water shows swelling. Is it growth? No. It is a temporary increase in volume you see there laterally. When in dry condition, again, it is contracting to come to the normal state. It was only due to imbibition, almost a physiological process resulting in swelling of that.
So what is that word, sir? Like stem of?
Nana? Stem of dicots and gymnosperms, Nana.
Okay.
Root and stem of dicots and gymnosperms, which show secondary growth, no beta.
Yes, sir.
Then open form. How do we call it? Open form. Because open form because new cells are being added continuously. Being added continuously. By the meristems of root and shoot effects. This happens throughout the life. So we call it open form. The growth is indeterminate or indefinite and open form. Second aspect, growth is measurable. How it is to be seen. Okay, up to this part, Nana?
Yes, sir.
So the second aspect under growth. Growth is measurable. Can be measured. Growth can be measured using different parameters. Like one, increase in number of cells. Two, increase in size of cells. Growth due to increase in number of cells. What is it technically called, Nana? Any idea? Hyperplasia, we call it. Due to increase in size of cells. Hypertrophy, we call it. Hyperplasia, hypertrophy. Also can be increase in length. As in the case of root, it can be stem, it can be pollen tube, it can be or surface area. As in dorsiventrum leaf. Data to be remembered with regard to increase in number of cells and increase in size of cells also. Small data, which is important to remember. You need to memorize. Example 1. Single root tip meristem of corn plant, nothing but maize plant, gives rise to $17,500 new cells per hour. Time unit also important. Nanu. Be careful here. From how many cells you are getting 17,500 new cells? No clarity. It is said one meristem, not meristematic cell. Be careful, Nana. Single meristem, which can be with hundreds of cells. So single meristem is giving rise to 17,500 new cells in 1 hour. Important to remember. Observed in maize root tip meristem.
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
Okay. Okay, Nana? Second example. A cell of, see here one cell of watermelon fruit. One cell of watermelon fruit increases in size by 3,50,000 times. See, Nana? So this is increase in size of cells wise example data to be remembered. That is one cell will increase in size by 3.5 lakh times. 3,50,000 times. Data to be remembered as to how growth is measurable. And if you remembered, watermelon also was an example in the chapter transport. How was it, Nana? Can anybody tell me?
90 to 92% of water.
Water is contained.
Highest water content, 92%, very good. So watermelon is example of highest water content, 92%. Watermelon also example of increase in volume, maximum by 3.5 lakh times. Cells of the fruit, both are cells of the fruit only in relation to. So when there is so much increase in size, it will be stored in water. It's a watery fruit, like cucumber. We consider it as watery fruit. Cucumber is watery vegetable. This is watery fruit. Okay, Nana?
Yes,
So
sir.
growth is measurable. Then phases of growth, the next aspect. Third aspect, so like that we have 5.
So don't rub the examples.
Okay. So the third aspect is phases of growth. One aspect was growth is in that indeterminate type, indefinite type, and open form. Of course, second aspect was growth is measurable.
Ritika, mute yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Third aspect is phases of growth. And of course, include one, meristematic activity. It is easy to make out for you, Nana. You already have seen like the zones of the root, if you remember. Region of meristematic activity. So there it is meristematic activity, one phase of growth. Then elongation. That was seen in which region of root, Nana?
Epic.
Region of elongation. Then maturation,
Yes, sir.
or the 3 phases of growth. Simple. And a germinated seed, just you observe which part of the embryo will come out first, Nana? Radical part. And once it is forming the root, establishing contact with the soil, you find meristem's terminal part. Behind that, elongation region. Then, of course, maturation. Which is proximal most region of these 3, Nana? Region of proximal. The one towards the base, we take it as proximal. The one towards the tip, we take it as distal. Always remember, Nana. So proximal most was region of maturation. Distal most was region of meristems. So if they are designated into zones like A, B, C, D, and E, F, G, maturation. When growth is occurring. Literally, you see the increase in ABCD zones. EFG will remain as it is. Only thing is they will be added with new tissues. That's a different thing. Meristems also will remain same. Representing elongation. That's how you are going to see.
Sir,
Yes, Nana, tell me better.
once again, can you say what distal and proximal?
Yeah. Any structure when you talk about Nana, any structure when you talk about towards the base, we call it proximal end. Towards the tail, tip, distal end. For a root, proximal most region was region of maturation. Distal most region was region of meristems. Terminal part was root cap actually there. Regions when we were distinguishing, it was that way, Nana. And there also used to be questions on morphology, even now for NEET possible, Nana. Region of root, proximal to region of meristems. What do you call?
Elongation.
Yeah. Region of root proximal to region of elongation.
Means
Maturation.
Maturation, yes, better. Region of root, distal to region of maturation.
Elongation.
Region of root, proximal to region of meristems.
elongation.
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 Right. So elongation region can be defined in two ways. The region distal to region of maturation or the region proximal to the region of meristematic activity. Simple, Nana. Phases of growth is concerned. And we all know what happens in region of maturation. By the time they reach region of maturation, they undergo conversion into the permanent tissues. And it is that region which gives rise to root hairs. It is that region which gives rise to branches of the stem also. So maturation is behind region of elongation. Then fourth aspect, growth rates. Done all of you, Nana? Shall I rub off?
So 1 minute.
So, four. What does growth rate mean, Nana? It is nothing but growth per unit time. Is growth rate. So amount of growth per unit time is growth rate. Like reaction rate for enzymes, amount of product per unit time, delta P by delta T. Like this, it is also calculated mathematically. Growth per unit time is growth rate. It is calculated mathematically. So growth involving production of cells. Growth by addition or production of new cells is different types. Variety of ways are there. Two of them emphasized here. Like A, arithmetic to geometric.
Done, sir.
Okay, very good. Now let us see what is arithmetic growth and geometric growth. First, arithmetic. Is new cells continuously being added by a meristem. Or continuously added by a meristematic cell. But that remains as meristem. New cells added will become mature or permanent cells. New cells become mature or permanent cells. Like this. This is a cell divided. You got two cells. So one cell you got. Next time what happens? Again, this only will divide. This will remain first cell. So from that you get again two cells. Second one, dividing cell. Same thing. 1, 2, 3 recently formed. 2 will remain as 2. 1 will remain as 1. Same thing happens. See. So cells 1, 2, 3, 4 will become permanent, but original meristematic cell will remain as same. Graphical representation, if you go for, you get a linear curve. Growth, time. So you got linear curve. You get. What can be the example, Nana? Root and shoot apical meristems. They remain as meristem. They go on giving rise to new cells. So that result in more of vertical growth, you can say. Increase in length. The other one, geometric growth on the other side you take. Here, resultant cells also divide. That is the specialty. Of course, up to certain extent, but that continues. A meristematic cell, when division occurred in this, you got two cells. When division in that, you get how many, Nana? 4 cells. Next, same way, 8 cells. Where do you see this kind of growth? Can anyone tell me, Nana, where do you see this kind of growth? Resultant also are dividing. During development of zygote into embryo, you notice this kind. Even for a tissue in culture medium, you notice this. Once organs formation occurred in organs, that of course is a different thing. So example 1. Embryo formation from zygote time. Two, endosperm formation time. Endosperm is formed from which cell, Nana? Endosperm formation from PEC. PEC is one cell. What was PEC?
Primary endosperm cell.
Primary endosperm cell. Similarly, for a tissue in culture medium, also show the same thing. If you draw growth curve, means graphical representation, time, growth rate, you get sigmoid curve or S curve. Initial stage where just divisions were occurring, no? That part we call lag phase. Not much of growth you notice. Then the resultant, when they start elongating, becoming a permanent tissue, that time actually you see more growth, which is said to be log phase or exponential phase. You got a sigmoid curve followed by stationary senescence. Stationary NAR. Or senescence. Okay, Nana? Then how are these two calculated is to be seen. Then a comparison of quantitative growth. Then conditions of growth, the fifth aspect, which will take another 10-15 minutes. We go tomorrow, Nana, comfortably, absolutely nothing to worry about the time. Shall we stop here? Oh, it's 11:17. Yeah, we'll stop here, Nana.
So 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, do it better, do it.
Yes.
Sir, what is the second example, sir?
Endosperm formation from PEC. PEC is primary endosperm cell, Nana. So that will form endosperm, no, which was triploid cytologically, product of triple fusion. Remember,
Sir, time up.
done, beta? Yeah, those who have done can leave, Nana. Yeah, time off. Yes, Nana.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Wait a minute, Nana.